I want you to hear what I'm saying. For whoever needs to hear this, he no longer controls you. And I know how he did it. He took your darkest moments, your deepest valleys, the hurricanes of your past, and he used your sorrows as weapons against the future, not for God's glory, but to only benefit himself. Because of the failures of himself. That is his control. That is his tactic. He wants you to be who you used to be. The thought of redemption drives him crazy because that word means that you are released of the sins that are behind you. It means you have regained control of who you are supposed to be. And he has lost the ability to oppress. Listen, followers of Jesus fall short of the glory of God. Your past will not be judged. Your past is not a life sentence. Your past is not to be ashamed of, because your past was carried to Mount Calvary. It is no longer a burden of your life, because there it is on the cross of Christ. Your past is exactly what it is. It is the past. And how dare a human being, how dare a pastor use God's name to shame the sins of others to benefit only himself? And let me tell you this, God's people do not care who you were. God's people do not care what you've done. God's people understand the journey, the road that you have traveled to be where you are today. God's people understand the sorrows of your life. God's people look past the clouds behind you and look towards the forecast before you. God's people will not allow you to be victimized for the mistakes of growth. God's people fall short, but demons fall. Demons fall. They simply fall. He has fallen. And he will do anything to bring you with him. But I want you to understand that God would not allow you to burn beside him, because the curtain has been ripped from the top down to the bottom. You have access to him. You have access to the Lord. You have access to Christ. And the darkness is now being brought to light. Because the curtain no longer exists. People who stir up division are warned by God. And if they do not listen, vengeance is his. Nations are destroyed. Streets are laid to waste. And now surely they fear the Lord. And they fear you because Christ has taken away your judgments. He has cleared away your enemies. And he is in your midst. And you shall never fear evil again. God's army has arrived, and you are no longer alone. Hear me again. You are no longer alone, and the darkness is no longer in control. So rise up. And pay back the proud what they deserve. That man, he took your power. He took it. But I'm here to tell you no more. No more. No more. No enemy can hold you down, because I am telling you, the grave is empty and the crown is only worn by one, not worn by John Paul Miller. Despite what he says, despite what he wants you to believe, despite the cherry picking of the Bible, I don't care what that man does. I don't care what comes out of his mouth. He is not the king. The king is beside you. The king will walk with you. The king will defend you. The king will wipe away your enemies. And the king will bring justice to those who deserve it. God will change your shame into praise, and you will be restored. Because you're God's bride first. Death could not hold him down, just like evil can no longer hold you. So rise up. He's lost control because the light rules the darkness.
So keep praying for me. Thank you. And I love you. I'll be praying for you. God bless you. Bye.